Rico the Traveler in Barcelona. The airplane floated through the clouds like a silver bird. Inside, Rico leaned close to the window, his nose almost touching the glass. Below, he saw a wide blue sea and a city glowing under the sunday. "Barcelona!" he whispered. "Here I come!" When the plane landed, Rico grabbed his small backpack. His magic compass shimmered softly. It always knew when adventure was near. The needle spun twice before pointing east. "All right, little buddy," Rico said to the compass. "Lead the way." Rico stepped outside the airport and instantly felt the warm breeze from the Mediterranean Sea. Palm trees waved lazily along the roads. The smell of fresh bread and sea salt filled the air. As he walked through the old streets, he noticed how the buildings danced with color-pink balconies, blue tiles, yellow walls. Music drifted from a nearby cafe. People were laughing, clapping, and playing guitars. A friendly man selling postcards smiled. "Hola, pequeño viajero!" Rico grinned. "That means hello, little traveler," Rico said proudly. "Hola, mi amigo." He had studied a few Spanish words before his trip. The compass began to glow brighter, guiding Rico through the city until he reached a place that made him freeze in awe. In front of him stood the Sagrada Familia, a massive church unlike anything he'd ever seen. Its towers stretched into the sky like giant stone trees. Every wall was covered in carvings, animals, stars, fruits, and people. "Wow," Rico whispered. "It's like a forest made of stone." A woman nearby overheard him and smiled. "It was designed by Antoni Gaudí," she said. "He believed buildings should grow like nature, full of life and light." Rico nodded thoughtfully. "So buildings can tell stories too." He pulled out his journal and drew the towers, writing underneath. The compass twinkled again, leading Rico uphill until he reached a garden that looked like a dream, painted by rainbows. It was Park Güell, also designed by Gaudí. Rico ran up the mosaic steps, where a bright lizard-shaped fountain stood proudly, its body covered with thousands of colorful tiles. "You must be the guardian of the park," Rico said, patting it gently. He walked past wavy benches that wrapped around the park like ribbons. The benches were covered in broken pieces of ceramic blue, orange, green, and gold. He sat down and looked at the city below. From there, Barcelona looked like a carpet of red rooftops meeting the sea. Rico smiled. When colors come together, they make something beautiful, just like people. He wrote in his journal again. After lunch, Rico wandered into the Gothic Quarter, a maze of narrow streets filled with secrets. Old stone walls, tiny balconies with flowers, and street performers playing violins filled the air with magic. He stopped to watch a painter sketching an old cathedral. "Why do you paint the same place every day?" Rico asked. The painter smiled. "Because every day the light changes. Nothing stays the same." Rico thought about that for a moment. Even old things can have new stories. His next stop will be the magic fountain of Montjuic. As night approached, the compass led him to his final stop, the magic fountain of Montjuic. Crowds were gathering around a huge fountain. Suddenly, music filled the air. The water burst upward, swirling in colors pink, purple, gold, blue, dancing to the rhythm of violins and drums. Rico clapped along with everyone. The lights reflected in his eyes. "It's like water is alive," he said. A little girl beside him laughed. "Everything's alive if you watch closely." Rico nodded slowly. He opened his journal one last time that night and wrote, "Magic isn't in the fountain, it's in how we see the world." Back at his small hotel room, Rico sat by the window. The sounds of Barcelona drifted in laughter, footsteps, and faraway guitar songs. He looked at his glowing compass and smiled. "Thank you for the adventure, little buddy," he whispered. Then he opened his journal and read his notes aloud. 1. Art can be alive. 2. Differences make beauty stronger. 3. Even old things can have new stories. 4. Magic is how we see the world. He smiled softly. "That's what travel is for," he said. "To learn, not just to go." As he drifted to sleep, the compass glowed one last time, pointing somewhere new, waiting for the next adventure. The more we travel, the more we understand that beauty, kindness, and wonder are everywhere if we open our eyes to see them.